Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts, and today we're going to be talking about some Marvel news that has come out through the entire day, and I finally get to sit down and talk about the news with you guys now. First piece of information we're going to talk about is the Doctor Strange casting. Number 2, we're going to talk about the Avengers roster in the Marvel Cinematic Universe changing at the end of Age of Ultron. And the third thing we're going to talk about is the announcement, basically by Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, that Thor 3 is going to be set to start filming in 2016, to be released in 2017. So let's start off now with Doctor Strange. So, there's been a lot of rumors for a very long time who's going to be playing Doctor Strange in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's going to be Benedict Cumberbatch, supposedly. Now, everywhere is reporting this, and I understand that it's not officially official as I'm making and uploading this video, but everywhere is reporting it tomorrow at October 28th, which is 2014, that Marvel is having a kind of announcement, or we don't even know what it is. They basically invited press and the media to come to this event, and they're going to be announcing something and supposedly showing footage. So they might show exclusive Avengers Age of Ultron footage. They may show Ant-Man footage, and more than likely they may announce who's playing Doctor Strange, and probably all of Phase 3 leading up to the Avengers 3 lineup, supposedly. So who knows? I'm hoping that all of that's going to happen. Avengers footage, Ant-Man footage, the announcement of all the Phase 3 films, which will be Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Captain America 3, Thor 3, and maybe another film, and then Avengers 3. Who knows? But that's what's supposedly happening. But Benedict Cumberbatch supposedly is playing Doctor Strange. And this is pretty good information. I think this is really cool because out of all the list of people they've said who's going to be playing Doctor Strange, who isn't going to be playing Doctor Strange, I personally believe this is the smartest move to go with, because he is such a powerful actor, in my personal opinion, and he's gotten a lot of great roles throughout the years, and I think that he's a good choice for this. Joaquin Phoenix was in talks for a little while ago, and then he supposedly dropped out. Of course, Marvel doesn't announce when people are not going to do films. When they deny, being a part of Marvel, they don't announce, oh, this person said no. But I personally could not see Joaquin Phoenix doing like 7, 8, 9 films as Doctor Strange or something like that. I just can't see him doing that. And also, I just personally could not see him doing the action sequences that are going to be needed when you're Doctor Strange, especially in Avengers 3, which is all rumored that's going to feature all the new people being introduced now in Phase 3, which is Ant-Man, and of course, along with Black Panther, supposedly going to be announced, and now Doctor Strange. So I just personally could not see Joaquin Phoenix doing that. But for Benedict Cumberbatch, I think this is a great announcement. I think he's going to do great, and I'm hoping that Marvel officially announces this tomorrow on October 28th at this event, or somewhere down the road, because supposedly filming is starting in 2015 early, so they gotta get that announcement out there now so people can get excited and hyped up for Doctor Strange. So, it's a pretty good deal. Number 2, Kevin Feige, of course, the president of Marvel, the guy who brings us the Marvel Cinematic Universe since Iron Man back in the day, is basically said that the lineup for the Avengers roster is going to change at the end of Age of Ultron, which makes sense, because with the rumors of Iron Man, Captain America going at each other for the Civil War storyline leading off into other films as well, is going to happen in Captain America 3 after Age of Ultron. It makes sense that at the end of this movie that people are going to be basically not liking each other too much, to the point where they're going to fight. So it's going to be interesting how they handle that, because Ultron is definitely a way more of a badass than Loki, and it basically in the comic books has killed characters. So it's going to be interesting how they handle this. And as we saw in the teaser trailer for Age of Ultron, Thor picks up Tony Stark, because Tony Stark created Ultron, and now look what Ultron's doing, and probably what's going to happen throughout this film. So there's definitely going to be some people picking sides and people probably leaving the team. So this makes sense, because you want to keep this cinematic universe, this whole entire roster of people, to switch up and add new characters. That's why they're doing Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, and supposedly Black Panther, because if they keep us having the same characters over and over and over within the Avengers and with these solo films, that people are going to get tired of them and go, well, we want something new. So they did Guardians of the Galaxy. It succeeded. It's like one of the biggest Marvel films they've ever done. And so they're going to be doing Ant-Man next year, of course, after Age of Ultron. So they're, Marvel is getting in there and adding these new characters. So this makes sense that we're going to basically set aside some people at the end of Age of Ultron and maybe see them again back in the Avengers 3 or whenever the Infinity Gauntlet happens, which will be Thanos, which everyone will have to be involved, along with Guardians of the Galaxy. So the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy crossover to fight Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet will eventually happen. But I think with changing the roster up after this film, leading into the solo films and leading back to Avengers 3, whether they fight Thanos or whether they fight Ultron again, like they don't kill him in the second movie, but they think they did, but he's back and he's more badass than ever. Who knows? But this makes sense. So who knows what's going to happen after this film, but I have a theory that Iron Man or Captain America will depart. So let me know what you guys think about that. And of course, Benedict Cumberbatch supposedly casting in the comments below, because I definitely want to hear you guys' opinions about Age of Ultron stuff, the Avengers splitting off, and of course Benedict Cumberbatch. And number 3 is going to be basically Thor 3, which is where Chris Hemsworth essentially announced that Thor 3 will start filming in 2016 for 2017 release. And this is going to be interesting because Thor 1 and 2 was set on his home planet back where he originated in Asgard, so it makes sense. But in the Avengers Age of Ultron, they have stated that Thor at this point, going through the cinematic universe, is now living on Earth. So I'm curious how they're going to approach Thor 3, not even thinking about when they're filming and releasing it, just how they're going to approach that story, because if he's on Earth, is he going to go back to Asgard, and then there's going to be a thing with Loki? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm curious how they're going to handle that, because we saw the end of Thor the Dark World, how that ended. So if he's back on Earth, he probably doesn't know what's happening back in his home world. So that's going to be interesting how they're going to do that, but we're probably going to see an early 2017 release because Ant-Man's coming basically right after Avengers Age of Ultron has this huge, massive, huge like response to the film. Then Ant-Man's going to come out, and then 2015 to 2016 supposedly is going to be Captain America 3 versus Iron Man. So Captain America, Iron Man. So it makes sense that they're going to start filming probably early 2016 during the release of Captain America, and then 2017 early release for Thor 3. So that's going to be interesting how they handle that. I personally think, I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. If in Thor 3, are they going to focus a lot back on Loki again? Because they've dealt with Loki all through the films, especially the Avengers film. They had Thor 1, which had Loki, which that's obvious. But then they had him in the Avengers as the main villain. So that's okay. But then they had him again in Thor 2 involved throughout the film as well. So I'm interested to see if they're going to bring him back again. I mean, I like Tom Hiddleston. I love the fact that, his how he portrays Loki is so good. But I'm really interested to see if they take Thor 3 in a new direction and actually bring in some newer characters in the Thor world, or if they're going to do, basically bringing Loki back for some other thing. But I would like to see other characters and other things involved with Thor, and not so much Loki. I would like to see Thor kind of do another solo film without Loki really involved throughout the entire film. Add some more characters, bring in some more people, because throughout these, Captain America and throughout the Iron Man films, that they've really introduced new characters. We have Rhodey, of course, as War Machine. And then in Captain America, we got to see some other characters, and of course, we got to see Red Skull. And then in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, we got to introduce to, of course, the Winter Soldier, of course. Then we got introduced to the Falcon, which was really cool. So I'm hoping that within Thor 3, they'll introduce some more characters and have some more involvement with other people into the Thor world. So that's really it, guys. Benedict Cumberbatch, supposedly Doctor Strange, which is really cool, in my personal opinion. Avengers roster being changed after the Age of Ultron, all that stuff goes down. And of course, Thor 3 officially announced for starting filming in 2016 for a 2017 release. So likely, that would make sense because they got to give some time for all that production stuff. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this news. I'm really excited for all of this, and I can't wait to see what happens next, what Marvel announces, and all the info that comes out. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comment section below about the stuff, what you think. So anyways, peace.